The Trump administration, in a controversial move, is pushing to reinstate a ban on transgender individuals serving in the U.S. military. This has reignited a fierce debate across the nation, with strong opinions on both sides. The administration argues that the ban is necessary for military readiness and national security. Opponents, however, view it as discriminatory and a violation of fundamental rights. This issue has sparked numerous lawsuits, creating a complex legal battle that has reached the highest court in the land. The Trump administration's stance is rooted in the belief that the presence of transgender individuals disrupts unit cohesion and undermines military effectiveness. They argue that the unique needs of transgender service members, such as gender-affirming healthcare and accommodations, pose logistical and financial burdens on the military. This perspective is often accompanied by a traditional view of gender roles and a resistance to what some perceive as a radical social agenda. On the other side of the debate are transgender individuals, their families, and allies who argue that the ban is blatantly discriminatory and unconstitutional. They point to the exemplary service records of transgender troops, demonstrating their commitment and capability. They emphasize that transgender individuals are not defined by their gender identity, and their ability to serve should be judged solely on their merit and qualifications. The debate over the trans ban highlights a deep division within American society. It reflects differing views on gender identity, military preparedness, and the role of government in protecting individual rights. This issue extends far beyond the courtroom, sparking nationwide conversations about equality, inclusion, and the true meaning of patriotism. The legal battle over the trans military ban is intense, with both sides deeply invested in the outcome. The Trump administration, represented by Solicitor General D. John Sauer, argues that the ban is crucial for maintaining military readiness and national security. They claim that allowing transgender individuals to serve openly disrupts unit cohesion, undermines order and discipline, and jeopardizes the effectiveness of the armed forces. However, opponents of the ban, including several civil rights organizations, have mounted a vigorous legal challenge. They argue that the ban violates the Equal Protection Clause of the 14th Amendment, which prohibits discrimination based on sex, including gender identity. They point to numerous studies and expert testimonies that debunk the administration's claims, asserting that transgender individuals pose no threat to military readiness. In a significant victory for transgender rights advocates, U.S. District Court Judge Benjamin Settle ruled in favor of transgender military members, blocking the Trump administration's ban. Judge Settle found the administration's arguments lacking in evidence and deemed the ban discriminatory. This ruling was a major setback for the Trump administration, but the legal battle is far from over. The Trump administration has appealed Judge Settle's ruling, and the case is now making its way through the courts. The outcome of this legal battle will have far-reaching implications for transgender rights and the future of transgender individuals serving in the military. The Supreme Court's decision, whenever it comes, will be a landmark ruling with the potential to reshape the legal landscape for LGBTQ+ rights in America. Amidst the legal battles and political debates, it's important to remember the human cost of the trans military ban. Thousands of transgender individuals proudly serve in the U.S. military, putting their lives on the line to protect our country. They are soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines who have dedicated their lives to serving their country, only to be told that their service is no longer valued. One such individual is Sergeant Mallory Manning, a transgender woman who served in the Army for over a decade. She had a distinguished service record, including multiple deployments to Iraq and Afghanistan, earning numerous commendations for her bravery and dedication. However, after coming out as transgender, she faced harassment and discrimination, ultimately leading to her discharge under the trans ban. Another compelling story is that of Captain Sarah McBride, a transgender woman who served in the Marine Corps. She excelled in her military career, rising through the ranks and earning the respect of her peers. Despite her exemplary service, Captain McBride was discharged under the ban, a decision she bravely challenged in court. Her story highlights the injustice faced by transgender service members who are being forced out of the military solely based on their gender identity. These stories of courage and resilience underscore the human impact of the trans military ban. These are not just abstract legal arguments. They are about real people whose lives and careers have been upended by this discriminatory policy. Their experiences serve as a powerful reminder that the fight for equality is far from over and that we must continue to raise our voices against injustice and discrimination. The future remains uncertain for transgender individuals serving in the U.S. military. The Trump administration's persistent efforts to enforce the ban, despite legal setbacks, have created a climate of fear and uncertainty for transgender troops. They are left in limbo, unsure if they will be able to continue serving the country they love. The legal battle over the ban is ongoing, with the potential to reach the Supreme Court. The outcome of this case will have significant implications for transgender rights, not just in the military, but in all aspects of American life. A ruling in favor of the ban could embolden other discriminatory policies targeting LGBTQ+ individuals. Despite the challenges, there is hope. The resilience and courage of transgender service members, coupled with the unwavering support of LGBTQ+ advocacy groups and allies, provide a beacon of hope. The legal challenges have been successful in delaying the full implementation of the ban, giving transgender troops a glimmer of hope that they may be able to continue serving their country. The fight for equality and inclusion is far from over. It requires constant vigilance, unwavering advocacy, and a commitment to justice for all. The outcome of the trans-military ban will be a defining moment in American history, determining whether prejudice and discrimination will prevail, or whether we will live up to our ideals of equality and justice for all.